The girl uses her delicate toes to close the hole in the bath and then lies down in the bathtub with her headphones on. Suddenly, a sticky bug has pecked at her. While the woman is still enjoying the happiness brought by the bath, the bug has climbed onto the side wall of the bathtub. Then she crossed the pool wall and stuck her head into it. When the girl noticed it, it was obviously too late. The bug has climbed onto her back. Then, without being noticed, it dived into the girl's mouth. The girl, who reacted in time, immediately grabbed the tail of the bug. And her strong suction force kept digging into her mouth. Once she succeeded, she would control people's brains. Luckily, the girl used all her suction force to pull the bug out. She couldn't escape, so she had to go down from the second floor. Fortunately, the floor was not high, and the girl was not injured. However, when she was about to get up and leave, she found that her father had also come out of the hall in a panic. At a critical moment, the girl immediately picked up the sculpture board on the side and smashed it against the door of the room. She quickly opened the door in the room. When she came to the room, it was already late. Her sister had also been attacked by the bug and was lying on the bed. She didn't wait for him to be sad about it. When she turned around, she saw that a large number of bugs had covered the whole room. He could no longer control the power of panic in his body. So he slowly walked to his wife who was taking a shower. Then, in front of his chest, 2 soft tentacles came out. At this time, he was in a hurry for a big explosion. When the man was about to kill his wife, fortunately, he still overcame his mind and forcibly controlled the thoughts of the pet. Although he didn't kill his wife, the power of panic in his body had to disperse. So he immediately found the lover Mary that night. Then, under the influence of the pet, he immediately showed the 2 tentacles in front of his chest. Then he fell on the other party directly. He forced a long-lasting communication with Mary. This also made Mary successfully become the victim of the later generation. After that, Mary seemed to have evaporated in the human world. And after the communication, the man's change was also particularly serious. Not only did he have a puffy face, but also his skull began to deform. His wife was terrified when she saw this scene. In order to dispel his wife's doubts, he lied that he was sealed and injured. He will recover soon. And he also went to his good friend Dr. Carl. When he heard that his husband had been looking for a doctor, Della didn't ask anymore. Because his husband's change was really scary, he was always worried. The next day, his wife was called by Dr. Carl to confirm the change. What surprised him was that he had not seen his husband for a year. This suddenly made him feel that his husband was hiding something from him. What's more strange is that on his way home, he found all the pamphlets of missing pets on the notice board in his community. He was confused for a while. 2 police officers came to him at night. This also made Della understand the truth of the matter. Mary's sudden disappearance and the last time she met her husband. Not only did someone see her husband enter her house, but also Mary's communication record and the call history with her husband. The police suspected that her husband was the kidnapper. And the person who accepted this case was Della's classmate. Before leaving, Jack gave Della a business card. If there was news of her husband's return, he contacted her in time. At this time, Della didn't expect that her husband, who usually looked so honest, would betray her. At the same time, she made him suspect the basement where her husband was locked up. She took out a baseball bat at that time and then broke the door of the basement decisively. She could only watch the bug swallowing the car. She thought she had become the enemy's accomplice. But fortunately, the seal of the small car was strong enough. In the end, the girl managed to escape. At this time, the girl was still in shock and had a new discovery. Her family was all revived. But their faces showed that their bodies were obviously controlled by the bugs. Even overnight, everyone in the town was attacked. And they also became a walking corpse. And behind all this, it was actually the offspring of a young couple. It turned out that a few days ago, the man's wife refused to be intimate with him because she was not feeling well. But she came to the bar in the town in a fit of anger to find the discovery. She took the father and daughter Mary into the woods. When the 2 were entangled, they found something like a blind foot. She used a stick to tempt the man. Before the man could figure out what it was, she opened the cherry mouth. Then a strange bug came out of it. It immediately shot into his chest and began to enter his body. Mary was caught on the spot. And the man, who was in pain, soon lay on the ground. He began to twitch. Then the bug began to move quickly in his body. Without hesitation, the man came to his head. At that moment, he passed out. Mary, who didn't know what was wrong, thought he was just like that. She shook him gently. Unexpectedly, the man suddenly woke up. He was blushing and bleeding. His eyes were empty, and he felt like a different person. He was curious and measured the circumference. Then he threw the woman back home alone. And when he came home, he was even more abnormal. He washed all the raw meat in the refrigerator. Since then, raw meat has become the man's favorite food. He was even afraid that he was not enough to eat. So he sent a whole car from the supermarket. In order not to let his wife find out, he also locked the door of the basement. He told his wife that it was a birthday gift for her. Although there were still 2 months before his wife's birthday, he didn't notice the abnormality of his husband.